Hello, and welcome to the Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast, everyone. Whether you're listening or watching, we've got a pretty great show for you guys. First of all, I'm Dandoff the Wise.
And I'm Nast3 Nate.
And I'm TakeItEasyJono.
Just a few things we'll be talking about. We've got a pretty exciting one is a new Elder Trolls drawing by our very own TakeItEasyJono that we've kind of been... chewing on for a little while. TakeItEasyJono is playing a new game, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
I believe that's called Tokyo Ghost Thrill. I still don't remember what it's called. Tokyo Ghostwire? Tokyo Ghostwire, I think.
Thrill House.
Sounds better.
Polyphony, listen to Nast3 Nate. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure Nathaniel's going to tell us. We've got, I did hear about this, actually. This is something I totally forgot about, the Cyberpunk Edgerunner anime, which is very cool, which I'm actually looking for. I don't know if you guys have some notes on that. I'll find out. But I haven't seen it. I've heard of it, and it would be very cool to check out. PS Plus's new subscription platform, which I believe is relatively new, as well as a rumored PS5 Pro development kits sent out. So we'll... that's our list for today. That's our topics.
Nice.
Let's get to that drawing. Let's look at that drawing.
So I'll throw this up on the screen, but I had originally did a really rough sketch.
Which we should also show. That would be funny to show the old
I'll
sketch
show the
too.
original. Yeah, I'll show the original sketch too. It's like a very, very rough. It took me literally, I don't know, a minute to do the rough. Just got like a shapes and the basic like idea, and it actually turned out almost exactly like the sketch did.
Yeah.
My
favorite thing about this is the body language between Nathaniel and Jonathan, you two, because Jonathan's body language is kind of like the get off me, I'm trying to focus, while Nathaniel's hanging on. It's just the perfect angle that he's, and I'm that third party, because like I'm the younger one, so I'm coming in on the sides and I'm a little bit separate from that dynamic, whereas Nathaniel's like, oh, he's into it. And you two have been invested in your gaming experiences since you were friggin' next to each other in the womb.
Pulling the controller away from him.
Yeah,
So don't grab it. Yeah.
Get away from me.
Exactly.
And then you're like, and Daniel's like, ooh.
Yeah. And I love that my hair has that part, because I did do that for a while when I had longer hair.
And the nose is spot on.
The triangular rips, the triangular tears in the clothing too is like super
like a Flintstones.
Yeah. It's good. I love that.
Yeah, I didn't really know how to do the clothes, so I did.
Because I have this like medieval shirt on with the cinches.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was trying to go for. That's what I was trying to. I'm like, what do trolls wear? I don't know, ripped clothing of some kind. Old-fashioned ripped clothes. And
that is
Daniel
funny.
was straight out of the Flintstones. Hairy feet as well, and hairy arms and
Yeah,
hairy knuckles.
The curly hair.
I was like, you don't look troll enough. Like is that an insult or is that a?
Actually, Thrill House was saying that he thought it was the perfect blend between human and troll.
Okay.
So he thinks it works really well.
I was like, make you have big ears, like bigger ears than that or something. But I was like
abnormally
I think it's perfect.
I would have loved to see Jonathan get that little elephant butt in the top of your skull. That would have been fun.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice.
The what?
Big crevice in the top of my head.
Elephant butt?
Caved in.
I've got this big
He's got this little like
elephant
dimple at
thing.
the top of his skull.
Oh.
It's like
that I made very prominent
like
in
a
my
dip?
cartoon of him. Yeah.
I have that too, actually.
You know, it'd be cool, Jonathan, if we could get your like iPad screen live, and you can like draw, or not live, but like recording the screen, so you could like draw stuff on the stream. That would be cool.
I'm sure I can do it somehow.
That'd be cool.
I don't know how, but
That
Like
would be
fixing
fun.
my head right there with your iPad. That'd be funny.
actually,
It's
I
just
could do
another-
it through Discord, probably. Same thing as we do now.
another thing for us to watch and laugh at.
That's funny. But yeah,
Anyway,
that's a
so
fantastic
we are excited about that,
photo.
and we'll probably get it colored at some point. I imagine. Just don't know when, but
Yeah, I
we're
don't
making
color,
steps.
so-
We're making steps.
Yeah.
If anyone has followed me on Instagram or whatever, they know I don't color shit usually.
Well, we'll find someone.
I could try, but I just don't. It's a whole another art form. It's a whole another art form.
Yeah, for sure.
I could send it out to some professionals on Fiverr.com to get colored.
Good.
Pay for
Anyway.
the minimum.
Yeah.
See what happens. It's like blotches.
That'd be fucking funny. We also might put those or put that on T-shirts or maybe some hats, like these trucker hats. That'd be really cool. That
Yeah,
that kind of picture.
Once we get a solid logo down too, with some nice font treatment. Now that we've got that,
I mean, we got a logo.
Yeah, we've got the logo.
We paid top dollar for this logo.
what? You ain't
Well, I'd
paid
like-
shit.
I'd like
The three
I'd like
heads,
Matt to
dumbass.
really look. I'd like Matt to really look at making those kind of what's it called, like those esports logo. I really want one of those, like an esports logo. Matt,
Cool.
if you're listening,
Esports.
Well, we
logo,
didn't.
okay.
First, we'll show you the shit that we were working on. It's very rough, but I liked it a lot. So we'll see. Because
Okay.
if we can turn it into something dope AF, as the kids are saying these days.
Dope AF.
sus, as they would say, right? Sus.
It's very sus.
I need a
No,
dictionary.
I don't
to
even
keep
know
up
what that
with all
means.
this shit.
No, that's suspicious. I think sus means.
Yeah, it's from
Yeah.
a very stupid
Really?
free game that everyone plays.
What game is that? I don't even know.
What's it called?
Oh, Follow Guys? No, the one where you kill each other, right? In the spaceship.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's not a battle royale. It sucks. Okay, let's go. Next, Nathaniel, what are you talking about? Polyphony, digital. Woke up from their
Yeah.
3D dream. What are you talking about? Boy?
Yeah, they listened to me and only me. They tuned into the podcast and they listened to me. Okay, so I said, Polyphony, the game's been down for 30 plus hours. When are you going to give me some fucking money, right? I want some money back from this shit. Give me some credits.
Is that the band that
Also-
I like?
No, that's periphery.
No, it's Polyphia
Polyphia.
Oh.
and Periphery.
Yeah.
Peripheria.
But yeah, they came out. They came out and they said they're going to do some reverting changes with an update that should be out, I think, this week. Players got paid 1 million credits because of the outage, which is sick.
I didn't.
That's really nice since I wasted 1 million credits buying the wrong car, and you can't sell your freaking car in that game. But that's also changing. You're going to be able to sell cars
nice.
in the next update. Yes.
Remember when you could do that back in the day? GTA.
I remember when you could do that in every other
or GTA.
Gran Turismo game except for this one.
Every
Strange,
other
eh?
Date? Do they have a date on that update? Like when?
They said beginning April, so I'm thinking this week.
Cool. Well, that's good news.
So they're going to increase the rewards in the events in the latter half of the game, like world circuits, by approximately 100%. So whenever you're
What?
reaching more of the end game, you're going to get paid out some more. So don't play it right now. Don't finish the game right now.
You guys
Wait.
are spoiled. Nobody knows what it's like to grind anymore. You pussies. Everyone complains. Everyone goes to Twitter first chance they can to fucking complain about like how hard games are. Like, are you kidding me? You think we
This
did
isn't how
this?
hard it is.
You think we did this when Gran Turismo 2 was getting like 6,000 credits every race on PS1? Grinding my ass off for fucking credits? Like, give me a break. Every game. Every game.
It's true.
Everyone
No,
takes
I think
to
that-
Twitter.
It's because they lowered it before, and if it was bad before. Anyway, for clearing out the circuit experiences and all gold, you're gonna get better rewards if you get all gold, because getting all gold's kind of ridiculous in all those challenges and shit. Now this one's big because right now the rewards for online races shit. They're absolute garbage.
Yeah, they should be big.
For something you're grinding to like get first place in, like I got first place the other day. I got like 14,000 credits, and I spent like 2 hours grinding that track over and over again to get my laps like perfect. And I get 14,000 credits. Like, that's bullshit. But that's going up.
Yeah, PvP should go up. It should be
Yes.
like
Oh, yes, for
should
sure.
be worth a lot.
So that's going up. They're going to be including a bunch of new missions and tracks and races. And they're going to increase the wallet size from 20 million. I don't know who has 20 million credits to 100 million credits. So you'll be able to hold that much more
Wait, 20
credits
minutes, 20 million is the limit right now?
in your wallet. Yeah, I think.
Wow.
20 million in 20s, 10 million in 10s.
20 million 20s.
You want any fives?
You want
Dad?
fives with that?
And
Hey, I'm
they're going
I'm with you, man. I'm on your side.
play the clip.
What's your name? What's your name? Why
Hey,
you
you
know
called
my
us, why
name?
you wanna know my
called
name?
us. Yeah, you called us. Why you know my name? I just want to let the counselor know who responsible for his daughter's death
Because he talked too much.
because he talked too much.
Because he talks too much. And they're going to increase the quantity of used cars and legendary cars every time they do offer them. So that's cool too. So the used car lot is pretty skimpy right now. But those are the changes coming to Gran Turismo 7 in the coming weeks.
Hey, man, this is just the way. I don't know if we've talked about this yet on the podcast, but I keep thinking about it. It's just the way games are going. Updates will be coming post-release. Nothing's going to be perfect when it launches anymore because we have access to high fucking speed internet, and these developers can just send you updates when they need to fix something.
It's software.
and they
We
just need
paid
to-
for the game. You fucking upkeep the game. It's just like any other software. Like
Yeah, but what I'm saying
the
is
way it
back.
goes.
We talked about this back in 2002 or whatever it was.
That's
when
true.
you had PS2, your game had to be top shelf.
That was it.
before
Yep.
it gets to you because they couldn't patch it. It just wasn't.
they
the way
couldn't
it was.
patch it.
No, my voice
right.
cut out.
They couldn't. You sounded like you had
that
like
your microphone?
like a southern accent. Or something. You couldn't.
No, my voice. But anyway, that's just the way. So I think gamers need to stop expecting so much, and maybe that's why they're complaining so much. I don't know,
But it's also because of social media, because they can just
I
complain.
don't agree.
You know what? If
we
Facebook
have
wasn't
to
a
stop
thing,
expecting.
the world would be a better place. If
No.
Facebook,
You should be
Never happened.
expecting more. You know, bullshit. Yes.
No, it's going the other way. You can't. You can't.
I mean,
you can't, because
I
you're
pay
expecting-
$100. I
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
$100 for this fucking game. Okay, you know how hard $100 is for me to make and a lot of other people to make. Maybe not people working for the government and shit. Okay,
But that's out of your hands, and it's out of
Yes.
theirs because the developers don't set the price. It's just the market. It's just that's not.
yes, but I'm still paying that much money. And you know how many
don't care.
games are? Well,
well, the game should
newsflash.
be done. It should
I
be
want
ready.
product. I want a finished product.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Of course, you want one, but you can't always get what you want.
I hate that.
Can't always get what you want.
try sometime? Just my mind.
Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You could see it either way, but I mean, the game should be
Yeah.
finished. If you're paying $90 fucking for a game, yes,
Yeah,
it
I
should
know.
be done.
I know.
But I
But-
also expect updates as well.
I've just learned that when you have zero expectations in life, you're never disappointed.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Mary Jane. Okay, Mary Jane.
I was just gonna say. Who's
Oh
that
yeah,
again?
she did say that, and I remember agreeing with that.
Well,
Okay.
what about that subscription-based content? What's that? What are they doing for that?
So I remember I brought it up a couple of pods ago that there was some stuff brewing about PlayStation making their own kind of Game Pass thing, and we were all kind of on a agreement that it wasn't going to really kind of step up to what Game Pass is doing.
Well, I thought they already had one.
Yeah, well, they have PS Plus, which is like your online gaming, and you get 3 games for free a month or something like that. And they've got the PS Now, which is more like the Gold or the Game Pass, where You pay the subscription, you have a whole library of games you can download.
You get like a free one per month or whatever.
No, that's the PS Plus.
Oh.
I always go
PS
out
Now
and,
is
and download it, or not download it. I go like purchase it to have in your library.
Yeah. That's the PS Plus. So now what they're doing is they're doing a 3-tiered system, which is kind of just meshing the PS Plus and the PS Now. So the level 1 is going to be the PS Plus with everything you've got going on now, and the level 2 is going to be PS Plus as well as the PS Now, where it has that 400 library games of like 400 games or something like that. That's the middle tier, which is like going to be like $20 a month. I have it here somewhere, but I'm just going to go through it because it's been all over the internet. Everyone's already looked at it. Level 3 is going to be like what we suspected is PS1, 2, 3 games streamed. You don't download them onto the PlayStation. You stream them. So they're going to have a library of PS1, 2, and 3 games for streaming. You're going to be able to stream to your PC PlayStation games. Yeah.
Ooh.
With that one. With that higher tier.
Could handle any of that.
So they kind of did
that's
what...
pretty much it.
Okay, Switch does that too. They charge you extra for playing like 64 games. They charge you extra on top of the monthly Nintendo online thing.
Yeah. And what they're not going to do, and they made sure to say it, was offer their first-party games day one access. You'll get some demos, like what EA does, like those 10-hour demos. I think you'll get demos like that to play some PlayStation games, like the new ones, but you're not going to get the whole game.
Holy. That's fine.
But like still, I don't see that really being as good as Game Pass, because Microsoft's just handing you new releases right out the gate. Like that's, you can't touch that. I'm sorry.
Right. It's true. That's a sweet. I mean, I'm not a big Game Pass guy, which I might have said before, because I just don't play. Like, I don't play game after game after game.
Yeah.
Try game after game. I like to focus on one, but it's a pretty sweet deal, because if I had one that I wanted to focus on and Game Pass is there.
Yeah. Like that's what I did with Sea of Thieves when it first came out. I was watching all this stuff. I was like,
Sea of Thieves.
I'll try it first. So I got the Game Pass.
I have some Sea of Thieves.
That game was
for you guys.
not great when it first launched. Like it was so boring. It was so fucking boring. I was like, I can see this game being pretty good in like a couple of years when they've added.
There was
some
so
shit
much
to it.
hype. I was just like,
Yeah, it was
This is
crazy.
it? This is it? Like what?
I'm on a boat.
It's good now, man. It's
hello?
pretty fucking good now.
What the fuck? Depends what it is about the subscription. Because like I don't like the idea now of having 15 different subscription services.
It's like a cable subscription again.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's getting to that point now with all the subscription services. You have fucking, which we knew it would happen eventually, like back in the day. It's like, oh yeah, well right now we got Netflix and we're going to have freaking YouTube Premium and you get a Prime and you got Disney Plus, Extra, Ultra, Hulu, Showcase Plus, HBO, whatever the frig it is, yada yada. And like, what's the difference between that and paying $150 for a cable bill? Actually, it's still better because you don't get like commercials and everything's on demand.
You don't get shit you won't watch on like
Yeah, and there's
random
a lot.
channels.
Yeah, and there's a lot more content.
Yeah, but it's still, you're paying $100
Yeah.
for five different streaming services plus your games, your Game Pass, your PS Plus, your whatever. So, did you guys catch the Halo?
Oh yeah.
The Halo show.
I'm not a Halo guy. If I don't play
Neither
the
am
game, I
I.
won't watch the show.
I
No,
didn't play the
you're
game.
incorrect. Because the game or the show isn't based. They didn't watch they didn't play the games. They didn't read the books. They just made the fucking show apparently.
See, that's funny because Thrill House is a
They
huge
do
Halo
that.
fan, and he, I think, saw some of the show and was like, nah. But I don't.
That's
know
what I was
for
going to
sure.
say. I liked it. I thought it was interesting, but I'm not a fanboy of the game, so I think maybe the Halo purists maybe may feel differently. He did take his mask off, which is that's a no. Master Chef doesn't take his mask off. Like that's just
Master Chef.
it just does.
Gordon Ramsay? Was it Gordon Ramsay under there?
He's like, you fuck off, will you?
It's like, look at this helmet. Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, I mean, I was a bit surprised they did that even, but I'll probably like it because I don't give a shit about Halo.
You can see yourselves watching this show through.
Oh, yeah. I watched the first 2 episodes. I thought it was
there's 2 episodes?
really good.
There's 2?
Yeah, second one's out.
Oh, shit. Nice.
You can get the first 4 episodes on Game Pass.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Well,
I couldn't even.
they're releasing it week by week, but you get 30 days free with Game Pass with that Paramount Plus, which is what it's on. But like the first episode, I thought was great. I really enjoyed the first episode. Second episode was kind of slow, but
that'll happen.
Yeah. First episode was good. I liked it.
But like, I couldn't even bring myself to watch Boba Fett, and it's a Star Wars show, and I love Mandalorian. I don't know. So I don't think
that's a weak
strange
story.
thing. You like sit there watching X-Files from 1989,
92
instead of watching like recent shows, and you watch Seinfeld over again.
I don't know.
Friends,
because the characters interest me. I like Scully and
watch
Mulder.
something you haven't seen before.
Fett
you still haven't seen Black Sails. You haven't seen. You just started watching Silicon Valley.
Started fucking up again.
You just started watching Silicon Valley. You didn't watch Reacher yet. You got to watch Reacher.
I don't think I'll be into it. Will I be into that? John Nathaniel says it's okay.
Jack Ryan. Did you see Jack Ryan?
Okay.
What? I didn't say it was just okay. I liked it a lot, that one.
Did you see Jack Ryan?
Let me just check really quick.
That's what we're talking
you
about.
Actually, did say
Jack Ryan, not Jack Reacher.
Oh, okay.
There's Reacher, and then there's Jack Ryan, 2 seasons.
They're both very good.
Jim Halpert Ryan.
Jim Halpert Ryan. Krasinski.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever. We'll see. I mean,
All
I
right.
watched Boba before I watched Halo.
I tried to watch Boba. I was like, man, even I didn't like The Mandalorian, man. Even the first few episodes of The Mandalorian, I was like, this show kind of sucks. And then it got good at like episode 5, 6, maybe. And then the second season was really good. First season was kind of half meh.
For those of you watching and listening, if you're not into Boba, but you love The Mandalorian, I was told to check out episodes 5 and 6 of Boba Fett without even watching the rest of the show. And I did. And I was not, the rest of the Boba show. And I was not disappointed whatsoever.
The Boba.
So.
The Boba tea.
The Boba tea?
Do you get the real tapioca balls in that stuff? I can't remember how the last time I had that.
Yeah, I got the pearls. I got the
There's
pearls
this
in my
place in town that makes bubble tea. But I think they're just like little silicone edible balls of like juice.
Plastic balls.
Yeah.
Plastic balls.
Like they're edible, but they burst like when you chew them. So they're not tapioca balls.
Oh, no.
That's for sure. All right. So that's that. We're done with our kind of opener topics, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Move into the game time. Can move into the game time. Game time.
Game time. Game time. Time. I've been playing Sea of Thieves, okay? I have been playing Sea of Thieves years after its release. I don't remember what year it came out, but I remember, Nathaniel, when you pre-ordered it, when you got from Game Pass, that's when I was kind of playing it as well, because we tried it together. And I agree. There was not a lot to do. There was like, here's a treasure map that you find in a bottle, go to this island, turn it in, and that's kind of it, right? But no, it's come a long way. There's more seasons now. There's more rewards. So there's just more content in general.
The hype is real.
Yeah, I know. And the hype is not always like well timed, I guess. But it's just not what it used to be in a sense that because now there's all these seasons with different shit. Like they made a season of, I don't remember what season it was exactly, but it was a Pirates of the Caribbean thing. with like Jack Sparrow, and you go do all these stories with Jack Sparrow in it, and like the monkey and all this shit, and it was just tied into the movies, which is really cool. And you can now get the Black Pearl as your ship skin.
Nice,
it's like
yeah.
pretty
Oh,
expensive
that's
in
cool.
terms of the
Black
I will
Pearl.
get it because I can't not have the Black Pearl.
I just the currency in that game.
Is that what you're working on now? Getting the Black Pearl?
Well, I'm kind of working on. Ultimately, I don't. There's Tall Tales now, which are like actual story missions, which they didn't have when we used to play. And I'm not hugely concerned with getting any of that done because it's all online games. Seasons will keep going, and it's like you can't just beat the game. But to me, I just want to reach Pirate Legend, which is you have to reach level 50 in at least three of the factions, and I'm at like 30 of each of three of them.
What's
so I
a
just
ship
got
cost?
a lot more.
Like, what's a ship
Well, I
skin
think
cost? I remember
Thrill
the
House told
currency
me
is
this
hard
morning.
to get, though.
Yeah, it depends because if it's the paid currency, then you got to do all the shit to get all that, unless you want to just buy it with your money and do the exchange, right?
Oh, of course.
But yeah, I think Thrill House told me it was like 2,500 ancient coins, which is quite a bit because I'm only at like 350 or something.
Oh my god.
I don't remember exactly, but so yeah, it costs in-game currency to get, but sometimes it goes on sale, so you can pay less. But I mean, it depends how much it is. If it's like $15 real money, I don't know how much I don't know how much things go and are in terms of money to in-game credits these days. Maybe I'm a little out of touch. But anyway, it's just sweet because the graphics, I mean, now that I'm playing it on Series X, are unbelievable. The color is just out of this world. The 60 FPS is night and day because I was playing it on 1X, and it was just like, oh, the game is so clunky in combat to begin with because like when you hit right trigger to swing your sword, it's like trigger.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if that's because you're not facing anyone, because whenever you actually are facing someone and you swing, it actually strings up the swings a lot faster, so I don't know. But anyway, it's kind of a clunkier game to get the hang of at its best, so let alone at 30 FPS it was not great, but now it's just unbelievably like the way you gotta play it. And the ocean waves, man, the light, the sun on the ocean, and the moon.
You can stare at that for hours.
Yeah. And they know that because it's such an integral part of the experience, right? You're a friggin' pirate on the high seas. The ocean's got to look great. So they really nailed it there, and it's coming through now on next gen. I mean, it always had.
Good. Even on,
It did, yeah. But man, just playing the game is so crazy because the big experience is not the quests, it's not the stories, it's the PvP, right? Like that's what you're in it for in terms of the excitement, because it's just always so exhilarating when you come across someone, because you don't know if they're gonna be friend or foe. They'll just sail right past you, or they'll just shoot chain shots at you and like take out your masts, and then you're like, oh well, here we go, we're fucked. We have like 3 hours of loot on our boat, and now we have to fight these guys off for I don't know how long. But that's kind of part of the excitement. If you're willing to grasp at the fact that you might play for 2 hours and amass all this loot and potentially lose it, then you're going to be okay.
That's what happened to real pirates.
Pirates.
Yeah. If you watch Black Sails, you would know that.
Yeah, we're pretty much pirate experts.
Yeah, we are.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is, now I've come to grips with that, and that happened last night. Like I didn't get that much loot, but there were a couple hauls where we had a good handful of chests, and first of all, we got booted from a server, so that kind of sucks. So it wasn't even other players that got the best of us. We just lost all the loot because we got a shit ton of lag and we were booted, so that was bullshit.
Complain and get your loot back.
But anyway, it's just funny because when you're playing this, like I've been playing with Thrill House, my buddy Kyle and Matt, and it's just like the odds, it's such a strange thing about the game. The odds can always feel so against you, but you can still miraculously pull stuff off. And I don't know how it happens, but like when we first got back into this, because I had not downloaded it yet on Series X, I was like, okay, I'll download it, and me and Thrill House will play. And we jumped into our first game after my not playing it for, I don't know, a year or two. And we just had a sloop, so it's a 2-man ship, little tiny thing, but it's nice and fast. And we just were like, fuck it. We found this brig, which is like a 3-person ship, and it's a little slower, a little bigger. And we just chased them for an hour and a half just to see what would happen. Yeah, an hour and a half. We chased them around the ocean. And we lost them. We found them again. and they bested us a bit. We bested them, and it just was an awesome chase. But the funny thing was then what happens is the environment starts coming into play, right? So they're like running away from us, or sailing away from us. Yeah, and we're just catching up to them because we're so fast. But all of a sudden you hear battle music, and you're like, what is that? And we always go, what is that sound? That means something is happening. Either the Kraken is stopping you, so your ship comes to a stop, and all these fucking... But there's a Megalodon, too. And so a Megalodon started chasing them as we were chasing them.
Is that
and
a
it
giant
wasn't
shark?
Yeah, and it wasn't aggroed to us, luckily, so it was on our side, in a way.
That's funny.
And when it does aggro to you, it can take like 20 minutes to beat it with a 4-person crew. It's crazy, man. It just takes so long. So like they didn't really have a chance because this thing is literally tackling their boat, and they have to patch all these holes. They have to bail all the water out. They have
They're
to
like
dumping
buckets of water out. I think I have a clip of us fighting the Kraken, actually.
We chased them for an hour and a half, and we won. Their ship sank. We took all their shit, which was probably hours of loot, and we traded it in. They lost it all. And I was like,
they went and hung themselves.
I was like, well, that was a success.
In the game.
Yes.
I don't have the clip.
It's just such
I thought you said Thrill House has a clip that we can throw up. No?
We didn't get a lot of good ones. I only just set my duration to a little bit longer. So I haven't got any good ones. They're all kind of like shit 30-second clip. They don't show anything. Like it's just the Meg going boom and like tackling their ship. And, like, I don't know.
I had a clip of us fighting the Kraken. I don't know what happened to it. What happened to it. It might be on Xbox, actually.
It's intense. And when you get on somebody else's ship and they don't know you're there, my heart was like, like last night. I jumped on somebody's ship.
Because the controls are shit.
PvP, bro.
It's not that. It's just that I wasn't where I was supposed to be. I was on their lower holds, and I was.
But if that was against AI, you would be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
it's because it's other people. The same thing happens in fucking battle royales, my friend. A battle royale is just like that.
But man, the rowboats too. I don't think rowboats were around, Nathaniel, when we first played. So that's another thing. You can go and find a little rowboat that's on an island, just deserted. It'll have maybe a harpoon on it or a cannon. And these
cannon
things are
on a rowboat?
Yeah, it's like a little cannon on the end of it. But they are lifesavers because another time we had amassed all this treasure, me and Matt, Thrill House. And we had shit tons, and I think we got sunk. And we had all this treasure floats to the surface of the ocean whenever you sink. And you only have so much time before it starts sinking and you lose it forever. So you have to juggle it, like pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. And something happened where we got separated or something, and I had to go find a ship. I died, and our ship sunk. If you die and your ship sinks, you have to spawn somewhere else. So I had to find Matt, I think. And he was taking all that treasure and putting it into your rowboat because that doesn't sink. If your ship sinks, the rowboat stays. So he was just like and scrambling and putting all the treasure into the rowboat. And I think I found him later. I had to come pick him up. But we were trying to find an outpost with no map because you can't. The map is only on your ship. You don't have a map otherwise. So we're in this rowboat together with all this treasure, rowing around the ocean, trying to find.
It's like slanted like this, like all the treasure in the back of the rowboat.
Eventually, I don't think we could find it, so I was like, okay, let me just like die or something, and I'll go spawn, and I'll find you. Then we'll take it safely. But man, we did it, and it took us like 2 hours probably.
I think I remember you telling us about that.
Another success story. So I don't know how we pull this shit off, but we do, and that's my little Sea of Thieves thing. Wow. I love it. It's great.
Wow.
Jonathan, let's get you talking about your game that you've been playing.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol, Ghost Mission Impossible.
Ghost Motion Possible. Yes, I started playing Ghostwire Tokyo, which was it was hyped pretty big. I think it was pretty hyped. I think there was
I saw a couple ads for it.
I think it's because it's like the last game that Bethesda is going to make for like another console, you know what I mean? Because right now it's PS5 and PC only for like a year. And it'll come to Xbox, but Bethesda was purchased by Microsoft when this deal was happening. You know what I mean? So they had to stick to their contractual dealings for this one, and I think that's what made it a little bit bigger than.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I streamed it for a couple hours on the channel. A few people popped in. Check it out.
Looked sweet.
looked cool.
I thought it was cool.
The visuals are nice. The ray tracing is cool. Works well. Nice lighting. Lots of puddles. That's the thing I like to say. Lots of puds.
Look at those puddles,
man.
Which they probably added just strictly show off ray tracing. I mean, I think that's just going to be a thing now in all these games. Like Cyberpunk did it too. You're just going to have rain. It's going to be raining all the time just to show ray tracing on the fucking puddles. Like
Soon they're going to have a graphical setting. It's like puddles. Put the puddles up.
Well,
Just everywhere.
Rain.
Puddles.
There's a rain switch on every
Rain
in the
switch.
settings.
that's why they soak the roads and shit before shooting at night, like commercials, car commercials and stuff. For anything, movies, they soak everything first. Didn't Matt tell us that?
I don't know. He'll have to tell us when he's on
It's
next.
cool. Yeah, if it's in HDR, yeah, I could see that why, because you're gonna get those nice,
Yeah.
specular highlights off the puddles, the
Yeah, they
reflections.
definitely do that.
Nighttime rain lights off of the puddles. Yeah, but it does look nice. But the models aren't that impressive. Like the actual models, like the cars and all the stuff that's on the street, the various things that you come across, like there's like cars, there's like motorcycles, that kind of stuff. The models aren't very high detail, I would say. They're kind of blocky, look a bit dated. But the effects are cool, and the setting is cool. Like walking around Tokyo, you can like go up on the rooftops and freaking fly around. That's cool. That's very cool. But I'm a fan of like that Japanese style storytelling, and maybe just because I've watched too much anime.
No such thing.
It seems kind of familiar in that sense, but some people may find it like very strange because they'll be like, "What the fuck is all this shit? Like, what am I?"
Yeah, but
looking
strange
at?
is good, man, because it's unique. It's cool. Like, where do you come across games that do that now? I don't know. Not a lot of games that kind of have that culture. They borrow from that, and
Well, a lot of
unique.
I feel there's a lot of like PlayStation Japanese like RPG games and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But for PlayStation, yes. But I'm enjoying it, and hopefully finish it. I don't like to leave games unfinished, even if I just do like the main story or whatever. But there's a lot of side stuff. So if you were into that kind of thing, like searching around for stuff, like there's a lot of exploration you can do in the city and collect and find a bunch of different things. But yeah,
Didn't you do all that with the Spider-Man games?
Yes, but I would say there's less in the Spider-Man games than there is in this. Spider-Man, I 100% of the Spider-Man games, but it's just like little challenges and stuff like that around the city. This is like you have to like go looking for stuff. In Spider-Man, everything was on the map.
I still have to do the Spider-Man, like all the extra shit. I got the DLC and stuff. I still didn't really do much. I'm in the middle of the Black Cat one.
Yeah, Black Cat one's pretty good.
In your Ghostwire what's it called? Ghostwire Tokyo? Fuck, man. I'm never going to get that. The raindrops? We were talking about the raindrops were really cool.
The raindrops, yeah.
Yes, the raindrops.
You know?
They're not actually. Well, they are raindrops.
I told
but,
you that. I was like,
they're
what
little
are these
symbols.
raindrops? They look
Yeah,
like
they look like little squids or
squids.
ghosts.
Yeah,
or
I said they
something.
look like squids, like
Yeah,
falling on
they
you.
do. So someone zoomed in on it. Like they took a screenshot and they zoomed in on the raindrops, and
Oh,
it's
nice.
like a Japanese symbol, like a writing symbol for something.
Oh, is it? That's
I knew
cool.
it. They look too huge to be regular raindrops.
That's a bold move because like if they don't look like rain, somebody might be pulled out of their immersion if it's not like I don't know. It's like that's a big commitment move to make, I think.
Also, some people might not like that it's subtitled. It's not English.
Fuck,
But
I think that's cool.
I love Japanese, so
Yeah.
In Ghost of Tsushima, I did all Japanese, read it all. It was so good.
That game was awesome in Japanese for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, same thing. I wouldn't want to watch. I won't watch anime in English either.
Yeah.
I don't watch.
No.
I don't. I just don't.
I loved
It's
Cowboy Bebop
stupid.
in English though. I don't know what they
Yeah,
they nailed
Cowboy
it
Bebop.
for those.
Some are
guys.
good. Some are good.
Yeah,
Did you watch the Cowboy Bebop live action thing yet? 'Cause
I didn't get
it's
to it. No.
surprisingly good. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it, but like
Maybe
I
one day.
kind of took it with a grain of salt, and it was enjoyable. It was funny.
I heard they canceled it though, or something, didn't they?
I tried watching the first episode. I kept passing out.
It was
But-
funny.
That's you with everything though, isn't it?
Yeah, that doesn't say much. I pass out.
But I think that I'd heard they canceled it, but then it made me confused because I was like, well, I mean, the anime is only what 25 episodes ish.
26.
And I was like, how long
With a
were they
movie.
planning on? Because I don't know how long the show was. Maybe it would be a 2-series thing or 2-part thing with like multiple episodes to cover the whole story. I don't know. On the Netflix,
Wow,
like,
it's
live
different.
action.
They're not covering the story. It's just they're doing whatever.
Yeah,
It's-
I guess.
Okay.
They're taking elements from it and whatever. But yeah,
Cool.
we also we started playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite
Imagine that.
because of the zero build mode. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only reason why. Daniel, this might
Mm.
be something you could play with us, I think.
Yeah, actually.
Because
Maybe.
I feel it's like an easy. I know Fortnite was all
Yeah.
about the building, but I fucking hated it. That's why I
yeah,
didn't
building
play it.
was so stupid.
That's why I didn't play it. It's stupid, but that's the whole thing. Like, if you're good at the building, like you're good at Fortnite. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's a good battle royale that's simple for someone to get into, right?
Well, maybe
Because
I suck at
Call of
online
Duty,
shooters.
There's
against
too many
people.
guns in Warzone. You have to buy like the multiplayer game. You have to buy it, and then you have to like level up all these shit guns. There's hundreds of guns, and they're always changing what's meta, what's good. You know what I mean? And I'm done with looking at that up. Like, I used to watch the videos. I subscribed to the guy on YouTube who would always have the videos. Oh, they changed this. They updated this, so this gun is changed now, and it does this much more damage. Blah blah blah. Like, I was always watching those because we were playing Warzone with the guys. Like, we were always playing it, so I had to know what was fucking good, or else you'll lose gunfights because the time to kill is so fast. If he just has a better gun than you, that's more powerful, whatever, you're fucking dead. That's it. They're always changing.
I did not like that game.
Apex is difficult because of the skill gap.
Yes.
Like, you're playing with people who have been playing for a long time. They're smurfing. They're on their new accounts that they started over. When you're supposed to be against other new players, you're not. You never will be. And you just get rolled. And you have to know all the characters, all the abilities. It's very difficult for new players. But Fortnite with a zero build is so easy to get into because they put you in with literal bots
For like the first 10 levels.
for the first however long you play, and it's
So,
So
like,
I
not
might
hard
do
at all.
Okay.
So, like, do you think they do that because it stops people from making new accounts and having to grind through 10 levels of bots,
probably
like those Smurfs? I think could definitely be it. And I think that's pretty cool. So, like, it's like a 10-level tutorial, pretty much, and then you get fighting real people after level 10. But, like, no one's going to go out of their way, I'm going to go start a new Fortnite account to kill noobs when you're just going to be fighting bots for 10 levels. You know what I mean? Like, no one's
Yeah.
going to do that.
But also, they don't care about that because, like, in Apex, they do it to get the badges, right? To get the 4K damage
okay.
badge, to get the 20 kill badge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why they do it.
Okay.
But in Fortnite, there would be no point because there's no badges or anything like that. But yeah, it's
Well,
it
maybe.
would be very annoying actually to start
Yeah.
over, in, like, for me anyway, but for maybe not for Daniel, because Daniel, try it out, spin it up and try it out, because you'll be up against fucking bots and other people who are brand new, so you will likely win your first game. I'm gonna say, like, likely,
I don't know.
but it's
I
very
wouldn't
easy.
bet on
All
it,
you
but
have
He
to
just
do
keeps
is-
getting killed by a bunch of bots. He's like, this is fucking ridiculous.
I'm like, man, these
Sucks.
players are so good.
It's like, when they put me
How are
against
they so
pros,
good?
they put me against pro players. But
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. But I like when I don't have to build shit. It's just a BR, which is nice and it's simple because there's just guns. You pick them up. You have 5 slots. You pick up a heal or whatever, your shield, and then you don't have to build. You just. But I do see why there is building in the game because there's a lot of like
open space.
There's a lot of open space. It's hard to kind of find cover, especially when everything is like destructible. You know what I mean? Like someone's chasing you with a car. Yeah. Like you can't even hide behind a rock. It just breaks the rock and smashes into you. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like a guy, I was playing and I was against real people, and this guy was chasing me with a fucking school bus. He was in a school bus running me down, and I hid behind like a tree, a big tree. He ran into the tree, it just exploded, and he fucking hit me. I'm like, how does that happen? And I went flying, and then I like tried to hide behind a big rock, and the same thing happened. He just plowed through the rock and hit me. I'm like, and killed me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm hiding behind a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Well, I did try to play it once, okay? And I was super high. And my buddy changed the controls on me without my knowing. So he's like, yeah, here, Dan, try it out. And he's like, this is what you do to build. And I'm like, just fucking terrible at this because he changed the whole control scheme. And they're telling me one thing. Like, yeah, press this. And I was super high. So I was like, I can't do this, man. This game sucks.
Yeah, there's too many bots, though. But I was just going to say, like, is there a happy medium for new players? Because, like me, I'm a new kind of player, but I'm not a new player to the shooter games, you know? Like, I found it was way too easy when we started. Like, when we had our buddy Dead Pancreas with us, we were playing trios, and we literally won 12 games in a row. I'm like, are they going to put us against real people? Or, like, it was way too fucking easy. So I don't know if there's we could find a happy medium. A medium that would be like.
We got to try again, though, because I think he's out of the bot stage now. Because I've been playing against real people and getting rolled. The last couple of games, anywhere I drop, I'm trying to do those quests on the edge of the map, and I guess everyone else is too, and I can't get to the spot. Fucking brutal.
I have a question. How long does it take to kill someone with a gun?
Not long. It's not as long as Apex. That's
is
for
it
sure.
one of those where you're
There's
pumping
shields.
bullets into someone and they're just not dying?
If they have full shields, depends what gun you have to.
That's the big one for me.
I would say it's closer to Apex than it is to Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is 1 second and you're dead. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that wasn't the case. Well,
The
actually,
best
I'm thinking
gun,
about
the
it.
die
best
instantly
gun
in
to
Call of
have
Duty.
in Fortnite is like the drum shotty. It's like the super
it's
fast
so good.
firing shotty. So you have it if you're up close. Like if you have that and the other guy doesn't, you're likely gonna win. You're just like pop, pop,
No
pop, pop, pop,
chance.
and they die.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. Well, maybe.
it was fun though. But like the one bot game, I'm like, well, I think we're still in bots. Like this is too easy. So let's all land in completely different areas of the map. So we all didn't even land together. And I ended up getting, I got 20 kills. I was like, these must be bots. And he died. Somebody killed him.
Like, this guy's chasing me. This can't be a
guy,
bot.
He's not a bot. It's not a bot. Oh, he's killing me. He fucking died.
It's not a bot. It's not a bot.
Because I was like going through the building, up the stairs, on the ceiling, and the guy was chasing me. So I was like, this can't be a fucking bot.
Yeah, that's funny. There's no
Because
has
there was
AI
three
come this
others.
far?
There was 3 other people. Like, he was with his whole squad, or the bot was, or whatever. But they were chasing me through this building, around the building. I was like, what the fuck? Leave me alone, bot. Apex got that new next gen upgrade for the consoles, so it's 60 FPS, 4K, and they added the HDR to it.
Nice.
So I jumped back into Apex the last couple of days. I've been playing some Control. Control needs to stay.
Yeah, control.
It needs to stay. It is awesome. I love that mode. I was playing a bunch this morning, just with Valk. Oh, it's so good.
That's what I do too.
So good.
You cap the first base and you ult to
And
the
then
far
shoot
base.
over the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing that too. And in that one map with the gas map with what's his name's gas map?
Yeah.
With Valk, you can put your jetpack on, go above the turbines, and the turbines shoot you up, and you can scan the area without using your super ability. So I just pinging everywhere, let everyone know where everyone is. It's just a big cheat. And then I shoot down. I'm liking Control. I think it needs to stay because I like Control in like the Battlefield games and Halo. I like Control games, so that needs to stay.
Control's good.
But it's definitely smoother. I started it up and it was really slow. I was like, why does this seem slower? So it seemed weird, but it was because my my FOV reset, and I was like at 80 FOV, and it was like really weird. Yeah,
That's
so
Call of Duty. What is this? Call of Duty on fucking
So
Xbox?
I put that back to max.
Is that
And it
small?
was-
80?
It's
Yeah, it's like-
disgusting.
It's like
yeah,
I can't fucking see anything.
that's why Call of Duty sucks on Xbox and PS4, PS5. They don't have a FOV slider. and
Oh,
you're
really?
You're
Ugh.
stuck. You're stuck at 80 FOV. It's
Well, it's
so
brutal.
stupid. Like
So I
it's
put that back
horrible.
up, and that was sweet. But I played that
Yeah.
today. I played it with Squirty Weird the other day. I was having some fun. Oh, Watch Dogs 2 I popped back on because I want to try to get some Ubisoft coins
Some NFTs.
that are like stupid coins they give people for doing challenges and shit because you
The
get
NFTs?
discounts off games.
What are they
I don't
called?
think they're in
No, they just have like a coin, don't they? It's like a.
They have a
basic-
Ubisoft coin for their like store. They give you discounts. Because what I want to do is get Valhalla for PC, but I don't want to buy it again. So using these coins, I can get 15% off.
Oh, right.
So I need 100 coins. I'm at 80 coins right now. So
Well, if you do get it again, you won't need to start a new file.
yes,
So
that's
they
cool.
have
What I
cloud
like,
save.
yeah.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is
true.
cool.
But Watch Dogs 2 is surprisingly good. Like I'm really enjoying it. I'm like just hacking stuff.
Actually,
It's
Thrill
like-
House played #1, and I went over and I used to watch him play it. The first one looked cool.
Number 2 is pretty sweet. You can like recruit all these people to for your hacking group around the city.
Yeah.
And
expert hacking
once
group.
once you die or get arrested, then you can jump to a new recruit or a new person to finish the mission. But you might be at the other side of the city, so then you take on something on that side of the city. It's really cool. I'm enjoying
What
it. And
city
then
does it take
there's
place in?
HDR. It's HDR ray tracing. It looks really nice too. London.
You know,
The first one was Seattle.
You sound like you're from London, eh? Yes, I am from London.
Yes, I'm from London. Can you call an ambulance, please? You're from London.
Fucking funny. But that's it. Oh, I know we talk about this so much, but I will be entering a Cyberpunk photo contest that I need your guys' help choosing which photo to enter. It's coming up in 2 days, so I need to deposit the photo, I think,
How
by
many
tomorrow
photos
night.
did you narrow it down to?
I think I got 3 that I like. So we'll be I'll be sending that in. I can win like a new keyboard, like Cyberpunk RGB keyboard or mouse.
sweet.
Yeah. That'd be
Should we throw up your short
Yeah.
lists up on the screen?
Yeah, we'll throw up the photos, my top 3 that I'm thinking of handing in, and people can tell me which they like the most.
Well,
I'm telling you, man.
okay, we can do that.
I like that
But
one.
speaking of,
I like that one
What
with
kind of
the,
keyboard is it? Speaking of keyboards, I got Tech Toy. I got Tech Toy. Tech Toy.
Yeah, I'm done for game time, so tech toys.
All right.
Tech Toy. I ordered a new keyboard because mine right now is the Razer. I can't really show it, but
What is it? Black Hatter?
I have
or
the
something?
Razer Black Widow. I have the Razer Black Widow Ultimate from 2013.
Yeah, that's the one I have. Yeah.
From 2013. You have the same one as me?
Yeah, it's at work though. I use it at work.
Yeah, it's old. It's getting old. 2013. I've had it for a very long time, like 7 years, maybe 8 years. But I don't want to get another like gaming keyboard because I don't use the keyboard when I game. I have my Razer Tartarus, like half keyboard gamepad. That's what I use to game. This is only for typing. That's all I use it for. You know,
Well, that's why I have this bad boy, the Logitech Wave. Look at that.
that's
yeah.
weird. That's weird.
Isn't that one of those half keyboard dingies
No, it's
too?
like they're ergonomic.
It's ergonomic. But yeah, so I'm not using it for gaming. So I mean, mine's getting kind of worn down. I did clean it though. It's kind of getting marred on the wrist mards. You know that plastic kind of gets shiny whenever it's getting worn down. So I was looking at mechanical keyboards and the different types of switches and all that shit. Like, I think it would be cool to get my own little keyboard that I could modify and kind of make my own. I think that would be cool. Then I'm looking into it. But there's just so much stuff, man. This is a whole new world of fucking nerddom. Okay, like there are so many different switches, keycaps, cases. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I'd rather not dive too deep into it, but because I've seen keyboards that have like waiting lists, like of thousands of people. There are keycaps, like, if you want to get, like, custom keycaps, a lot of the time you can only get them on a group buy, so you have to, like, go on Reddit and find a group buy. See, yeah. And there's huge waiting lists until so many people are in it, and then they'll make the order for the production run, and then it takes months to come in for these custom keycaps. But it's, like, special when you do that because they're kind of, like, rare, you know what I mean? But I don't want to do any of that shit, so I ordered. I settled on a pretty modestly priced one on Amazon that I saw on YouTube in a few places. And I was like, okay, this one seems okay because the switches are hot swappable. You can take it all apart. You can mod it completely with whatever you want to do. You can change the keycaps, change the switches. So I got it. It's called the LTC Nimbleback. It's a pretty common one that people get. I got the keyboard and a kit for pulling the caps, the switches, for opening the switches and lubing them. It's like a big kit, and then the keyboard, and I got it all for under $100. It's not a full size. It's a 65%, I think. So there's no numpad.
Right. Yeah.
There's no numpad and there's no F function buttons. So the top row is gone and the numpad is gone. So there's like a function button to do the F1 to F12, whatever, like a laptop would have.
Yeah, I was at Kami Cabooses' place, Gillis, and he got something similar to that. He brought it down to show us. It's pretty sick, and it felt real nice. Really small, like.
Yeah. And I was thinking, like,
yellow.
There are a lot of ones that are even wireless that are like 60% boards. Like, why weren't we getting these for our like home, like our media PCs on the TV? Like Bluetooth 60% keyboard for under $100. That's mechanical, and you can do all this other shit to it as well. You can mod it completely. It's like $80 you can get one for. Like,
yeah, but we just got one of those like chocolate bar keyboard things. I still use it.
Yeah, I hate those. I hate them. Like the little track pad, and it's like Bluetooth.
Yeah, I use that for my headshot PC.
So I'm thinking I might get another one for the Shield downstairs.
Logitech.
For what? For your Xbox? Keyboard. For your Xbox?
No, for my computer.
Oh. Well. Yeah, you should look into it, Dan. You would probably like it, actually. It's something you would appreciate, I feel.
A keyboard? I don't know. I just don't really. I've never felt like I needed anything fancy.
Yeah, but it feels so nice. Like, get some nice switches.
Again, I'm not a big tech guy.
But also, what I did was I took mine apart to clean it, to kind of get it ready to repurpose. We can use it somewhere. I don't know. You guys need a keyboard? Dan, I can give you this one. I took it apart completely, cleaned it, and I added O-rings to the switches.
Oh, is that what you're talking about? Okay.
So it feels a little better. It is a bit quieter, not much because they're Cherry MX Blue switches, which are really loud and clicky. But it feels much better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this until I'm finished like modding my new one, which should be here today. So that's pretty cool. And I'm excited to rip it apart and start fiddling with it and doing mods and stuff. And then plugging it in. And
I always love a new keyboard. Always love a new keyboard. Like when I go to Canada Computers, I just go around typing on the keyboard, put my
It
penis
is
fingers all over
satisfying,
those keyboards.
the clicky. They're like, sir, please stop.
Get your penis back in your pants, sir. You just flopping
don't
your
want
penis
you-
on the keyboard.
And I
Or
mushroom
assassin cheese all
stamp
over
all
it.
the screens. Mushroom stamp all the screens.
All the memory foam mouse pads and armrests or whatever.
They're like, do you smell something? Like throughout the day. They're
That's
like,
disgusting.
our store stinks.
It smells like someone's sweaty crotch in here.
There's the penis. There's the mushroom stamps. All the screens again.
Again. That's the third time this week.
The mushroom maniac came in again.
The mushroom man. Oh my god! You're just tagging
Gross.
Nasty Nate, making his impressions, signing his
Marking
name.
his territory.
But yeah,
Anybody
it's
else have any
RGB
tech
too.
toys?
It's RGB too.
Nice.
All that
Excellent.
for under $100, man.
That's nice because like
a pretty good deal.
a named keyboard, you're spending 150 plus for like a Corsair
easily.
or like a.
Do you know how much this fucking thing was in 2013? $220.
Are
in
you
2013? This fucking thing. And even now, there's still that much. Do you know how much the fucking Logitech 915 or whatever it is now? The popular one that everyone. It's like $250. For what? You can't even
Never.
change the
Never again.
switches. You can't even swap the fucking switches. Like, it's horrible. And this is.
Yep.
It's. I feel like these cheaper ones are gaining popularity because all the the people on YouTube and on Reddit and everything, they're using them and they're showing everyone that you can mod them, you can make them better, you can do whatever you want with them. So like they're gaining more popularity.
Hopefully, it brings those big guys down in price.
Yeah, but also makes the big guys start to make ones that are modular and all that. I think they're
Yes.
only just starting that now. I think Asus, Republic of Gamers, made one that is hot swappable switches and everything. You can take it all apart. And I think maybe Logitech has one. I'm not sure, but they're still probably $200. Like, anyway,
That's sweet. I think that's it, boys.
get nerd
for
news.
the-
Yeah,
you got
for the tech toys. We got some nerd news coming up. Nerd news.
Hit us with your nasty nerd news, Mushroom Man.
I don't have any nasty stuff, but I have been reading. There has been some rumors that the PS5 Pro dev kits have hit the developers, and they're
What is a PS5 Pro? Like, how can you get any more pro than a PS5?
Oh, I was about to tell you. I'm about to tell you.
well.
So, this PS5 Pro is rumored. It could pop up soon at end of 2023, early 2024. PS4 Pro. It's going to have 2 times the performance in standard raster performance. So I guess that's just like regular graphics performance.
Non-ray tracing.
Non-ray tracing. The 2.5 times performance in ray tracing over the PS5. And will be better for PSVR 2, like optimized for PSVR 2.
Oh, fuck, man. Like, it's
Yep.
just a PC at this point. Just get a fucking
Yep.
PC and
So
upgrade
what
the
I'm
PC.
thinking is, remember when we were talking about that new tech that Sony trademarked or whatever for the ray tracing, that new thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're going to be putting it in the PS5 Pro to get this 2.5 times performance in ray tracing. Now, I also think so because Fidelity FX, AMD, just announced Super FSR 2.0 for Xbox. So Xbox is going to start using FSR 2.0, which is their the upscaling for Xbox. And there's no word for it on PS5, I believe, because PS5 has something else coming up that they're going to use instead. So instead of using FSR 2 on the PS5, it's rumored that they're going to have their own advanced reconstruction technique, which would replace the need for FSR 2.0. So I think Sony's cooking something up, most likely for PS5, but as well as PS5 Pro, which would be really cool.
So people who couldn't get a PS4 or PS5
Yeah.
will now not
luck.
be able to get a PS5 Pro. So that's cool.
But It doesn't matter to me because I was able to get like a bunch of them, so I'll probably be able to get a PS5 Pro.
I don't know.
But,
You were
like-
banned from the Best Buy website.
No, GameStop.
Ah,
But yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
Is
PSVR
GameStop
2?
EB Games? Is that EB Games? Did they change that?
Yeah, there's no more EB Games. EB Games is done.
No more EB Games. Okay.
just GameStop.
Okay. Good to know.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah,
I
the
don't know.
PSVR 2 is at the developers conference. What's it called? The Game Developers GDC, and everyone says it is amazing, mind blowing VR headset. So I'm just gonna wait for it, boys. That's it. I'm just gonna wait for it. I don't care if it just comes out for PS5. I don't care.
What if? Wait, are you going to get a PS5 Pro then with the
Eventually,
new
yeah.
with the VR?
But the PSVR 2 is coming out this year sometime. So I will be getting that. I don't think I'm going to get a PC one. It's just the PSVR 2 just sounds so good. And I'm just going to have to get it for PS5 and jump around my living room.
Grab a wank pod while you're at it.
Yep. VR one.
I don't know if
VR penis tube.
I don't know if Sony will support the wank pods though.
It's tricky because there's so much VR on the horizon that you're really gonna have to. Because I'm always an advocate for like waiting, seeing what's out there, read as many reviews, watch as much shit as you can before you. Because like it's expensive shit, and you know once you buy one, you're not gonna be like, well, I'll get another one down the line when something better comes out. It's
That's
like,
it, right?
So
That's it. And
definitely choose the one you want and go for that.
Yeah. And someone had tweeted at me about the whole PC compatibility thing. And he says, just some guy, I don't know. He just says, don't get your hopes up. They don't make money on the hardware. They're selling it for the software. And the software lives on PS5. So don't get your hopes up for it to be compatible with PC. But on the Reddit threads, since the PSVR 2 is going to be USB-C, everyone's pretty sure that there's going to be some modders and hackers that are going to get it.
Oh yeah.
That are going to get it working for PC rather quickly too. So
Probably.
I think
Fucking
I'm
hackers.
gonna jump on the PSVR 2. I believe. My last nerd news is just I want to run through that Cyberpunk Edgerunner anime that's coming out. It's not out yet. It's coming to Netflix. Sounds pretty cool. There's no release date yet. But the filming and the filming was done holiday was done holiday 2021. It will not follow the same story as the game, but you're going to be some guy in Night City who wants to make it big in the merc scene and becomes a cyberpunk netrunner.
Sick.
Yeah,
Did you see
so
the
that's gonna be
anime
pretty cool.
of the what the fuck is it called?
Oh, Altered Carbon.
What?
No, but yes,
There's
I
an
did watch
anime
that
for
one.
Altered Carbon.
There's an
Oh,
Altered
I
didn't
Carbon
see that
anime.
one.
It's cool.
Oh, yeah?
I watched it. Yes, no, but
did not watch it
Ryan Gosling.
Oh, Blade Runner.
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner.
There's a Blade Runner
Oh,
anime.
it's not anime. It's like a 3D thing. It wasn't. I
Oh,
watched like the first 3 episodes. It was okay.
oh, great.
it's-
It
I-
was cool.
Oh yeah, maybe I should keep watching.
Blade
Yeah, I
Runner
didn't-
is one of
I
my
didn't watch
favorite
it either.
movies. Like the first one is just fucking out of this world. So ahead of its time. Out of
Oh,
this
I
world.
can't. I watched 2049 recently, and it was very sweet.
Damn it, I got to rewatch that. I keep
man.
wanting to, but it's 3 hours long. Where am I going to get 3 hours out of my fucking day to watch a movie?
It'll make you want to play Cyberpunk. It's just a sick story, and the world is so awesome, and the lighting, everything is just fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
it was really good. It's so good.
Damn
I wanted to
Okay,
watch it.
I'll rewatch it.
I wanted to watch it on the Atmos, but I also want to
2049?
watch it. Yeah, I watched it. I want to watch it on the OLED, so I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to watch it again when I
I
get
wanted to go
OLED.
get it. I wanted to go get the actual Blu-ray.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I got the first one on UHD, and I haven't watched it yet. So once I do, I'll let you know. But
I
it'll
want to get
just be
that
on my-
and Dune. I want to get Dune on UHD
yeah.
and watch that once I get it OLED, which will be soon.
Yep.
Maybe next month. Maybe in the next couple months.
Cool.
But I remember watching featurettes whenever they were doing their whole marketing shtick before Cyberpunk, the game released in November 2020, I think it was, December, some shit. They had some featurettes for the marketing campaign. They had a featurette on the anime, and they interviewed the Japanese the artists. And I was like, fuck, this is cool because we've got real, Japanese anime artists working on this. It's not like an American thing, which I always appreciate when it comes to anime, because you're going to get that kind of, that quality, that anime quality, that Japanese culture, that feeling you get when you watch like a real Japanese anime. We were talking about it with Ghostwire Tokyo. That it's that quality, that innate kind of really nostalgic sort of vibe. I don't know. So hopefully it'll be sweet. I got some nerd news, and it's kind of / upcoming games that I'm excited about, kind of meshed into one, because I totally forgot about it. But Bethesda's Starfield, right? Yes. Totally forgot about this game.
Yes.
And I found an article on it on tomsguide.com, just kind of talking about a little bit of the heat's kind of been turned up in terms of its anticipation for it, because we don't have a release date or anything yet. Mm-hmm.
It actually is. It's coming out in like 200. They have a countdown on the website. How many days it's coming out? 200 and something. Oh,
really?
Now. Yeah.
But it is this year. I think it's probably later this year then, I guess.
Yeah, maybe
probably
or early next.
Probably holiday. Holiday. Cool. Celebrate.
Yeah, November 11th, 2022.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Remembrance
But
Day.
anyway, I was just reading up this article, and it was their lead designer was just sharing some excitement in kind of a blog post, I guess he wrote, where he was saying, like, it's gonna have the wow factor that Bethesda's really high profile games have had. I mean, it did. Comicbook.com said, though, there's another website was talking about the same blog, and it says there Bethesda Game Studios' last 2 releases really weren't able to deliver that kind of wow factor that Skyrim was able to and Oblivion was able to.
Yeah, what
that
was
Todd
it, like
Howard.
Fallout 76 or some
76
shit?
is one of them. And Skyrim being the last big one that delivered that sweet kind of, which Todd Howard spearheaded, I guess. Anyway, he was the big wig at Bethesda. So
Todd.
Anyway, this guy, this lead designer's name's Emil. Where's his name? Emil Pagliarulo. Pagliarulo. I don't know how to say his last name. It might be Italian. Pagliarulo, maybe. Anyway, so he was saying that it's gonna be an amazing game, and things are kind of clicking and coming together. The magic is happening. He's starting to see, because like when you start off at any creative project, but in this case a video game, he was saying that like you're a little overwhelmed and things are scary because you can't see it yet when you're starting to. But he's saying that everything is clicking and jiving, and the magic is happening, and he was like, wow, okay, I'm seeing it. This is gonna be something special. But comicbook.com was like, well, I mean, they might have said the same thing about Fallout 76 when they were developing that. I was like, that's true. So I don't know.
The magic
but,
is happening. There's
I
Gavin
never played
Belson
Fallout.
saying the magic is happening.
I never played Fallout 76 because I'm just like 14 years later still too depressed from playing Fallout 3. So I just didn't play any more of them. They were just so bleak.
Fallout 4. Did you play Fallout 4?
No, I only played 3.
No, I played 4 for like an hour or 2.
I didn't play any of them.
3 was great. It was sweet. It was just unfortunate that, like, I don't know. The graphics were good in its time, but it was one of those where it's just like, it was like reading a really depressing book, and I was just like, I don't have the will to continue this anymore. Everything was so bleak and just like sad, and I mean, it had its comedic relief because it's a very quirky game. But yeah, so I totally forgot about this game, and I was like, okay, now I'm not going to forget about it. I will remember this game, because Todd Howard at Bethesda was like, it's like Starfield meets Indiana Jones. And I was like, oh, NASA meets Indiana Jones. I was like, that sounds cool.
What?
But the lead designer, Emil, was like, players are going to lose their minds. So let's just hope that is true. Because we know that if they can crank out sick games in the past, they can keep doing it. It's got to be the right, the magic's got to happen. So,
Okay,
Yeah.
NASA meets Indiana Jones.
Yeah, what?
That's what Todd Howard said.
Okay. To me,
Pretty sure.
that means Indiana Jones, to me, he is is he an archaeologist?
Yeah.
He finds like treasures, right? That's a treasure hunting. That's like national treasure in space. Are they going to be like going to like these planets and finding things that are like
Probably.
from ancient civilizations and like
That would be
legends
sick.
and stuff like that? That would be cool, but that's such a strange.
But maybe he just
That's
meant
such a
in terms of
strange.
its adventurous quality in terms of
Maybe.
it's full of action and sweeping music and just on the broader spectrum. I don't know. That's what he
Well,
said.
what we've seen so far, we haven't seen much, right? Like,
There was a
they've got
screenshot
it.
on this
Yeah,
on this article.
The game's
and I was
coming
like,
out this
whoa.
year. You wouldn't think
Well,
you would
hey,
think that they'd have more content to show, but maybe they're
They
keeping
haven't
it
started their
tight-lipped, right?
campaign yet.
Remember when Cyberpunk's campaign
Loose
was
lips.
like 5 years long?
Loose
It
lips
was-
sink spaceships.
That's it.
That's right. Yeah, NASA ships.
Yep.
But anyway, that's
What were you
what I
gonna say
found.
about
'Cause I was
Cyberpunk?
like,
Nathaniel was saying
Did I
something about Cyberpunk.
Oh, I said like their marketing campaign was for like 5 years before Cyberpunk came out.
yeah.
Remember that?
But again, we haven't heard anything about Starfield yet, so
Right.
it hasn't started unless they're just keeping it super under wraps. Because
To
again,
control that hype.
yeah,
You got to control that
Is
hype
it going to
train.
be an MMO or is it going to be just like what's it
No,
gonna
I
be?
think it's just.
No,
gonna
I
be
think it's a single
They
player
keep
thing.
using the letters IP. I don't know what that means. Bethesda's new IP game. What
That's
does
their
that mean?
new
intellectual
or one
property.
intellectual property, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never heard that before.
They
But
were
anyway, I
working
think
on
it's single
that.
player.
Because I remember him saying that it was a decision to either start working on Starfield, right, and get that project going, like that new IP, or work on the new Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
And he's like, if we don't start Starfield now, it's probably not going to happen ever. So
He's
Let's
going to
go. I
come
don't
and
care
work.
either way.
He's going to
I
come
can
and work
wait
on the
for-
new Elder Trolls podcast.
Elder Scrolls. fuck it.
Yeah, we got Todd. Todd.
Let's bring Todd Howard on. Can we bring him on? Let's bring him on.
She's not my mother, Todd.
But I don't care either way because I can wait for a new Elder Scrolls game if it's going to be sick
Yep.
when it comes out, and I'm just as much looking forward to a sweet Star Explorer game that isn't online, that I don't have to buy a subscription for, that I can just fucking buy once and play a nice immersive story. That's what I'm looking for. So either way, it doesn't matter to me.
That's what No Man's Sky was missing. There's no fucking story in No Man's Sky, was there?
Like, there is, but like it's very short, and it's kind of more to just get you going and to get you playing the
Yeah.
game and exploring and shit.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky also made huge leaps and bounds. Very cool. game,
I
too.
played it for like 70 hours or something, and then I was just like, why am I playing this? There's
Yeah.
no point. I'm just mining and building things for no reason.
Yeah, it was. It's a strange premise, but it's enjoyable for at some point in your
All right.
experience.
Well,
Nathaniel,
Oh,
you have
speaking of
something?
the new Elder Scrolls game, there's that new one coming from. What's that fucking game studio? They're owned by Xbox now, and it looks really good. It looks like an Elder Scrolls game. What the hell is it called?
It's like the Elder Trolls. We're like, fuck.
New Avowed. Yeah. Did you guys see that one?
my back.
No,
Obsidian. So the guys
Obsidian, Avowed
Game Studios.
Obsidian. Oh,
Obsidian Game Studios.
Obsidian Game Studios.
What have they done?
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, Neverwinter's Nights
Oh.
2.
oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and Outer Worlds.
Oh, so that was them. Okay.
Oh,
I believe so. This might be in Correction Corner next time, but yeah, Fallout New Vegas they worked on.
Okay.
Pillars
So
Pillars of Eternity, that's where they're really known for. Pillars of Eternity and Pillars of Eternity 2. And the Outer Worlds, yes. So their new one's Avowed, which is another fantasy first-person RPG, much like Elder Scrolls.
Cool.
And it looks from what they showed us before, it looks sick. It looks fucking sick.
I'm here
So
for
that
it.
one's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah.
That's
So
all I ever
take a look
want
at that one.
is open world RPGs anymore.
Yeah. All right,
Nice.
boys.
Okay, well,
I think that's it.
that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Oh, side note. Did you guys know that the guy who played Admiral Akbar in the entire Star Wars saga, it's a trap, that guy? Did you know that all they got for him once he finished shooting for the whole thing in the last movies that came out, they were just like, can you just hold this thing in front of the camera and say, it's a wrap? And he was like, okay, it's a wrap. And then they just like let him go, and that was it. They didn't. He's been in this. He's been in the saga for like what 30 years it's been, and he's been like on the team and whatever. And they didn't really do anything for him after George Lucas left.
What would they do for him? I don't understand.
Well, he's been a fucking part of the cast and crew for like 30 years.
He had one line
No, he's in like all of them. I'm pretty sure.
and a meme.
And he was a masked man.
But apparently he released a video online where he's very upset. He was very upset because he was
Oh
like,
my
I just didn't. I feel like it wasn't the closure I expected.
Who does he think
It's
he
a
is?
wrap.
Luke Skywalker? Like, fuck off. Give me a
I don't know,
break.
man. He was there longer than all those other fucking people were. So
Maybe,
anyway,
I don't know.
I was General Akbar.
Do you know who
that's
I am?
Admiral.
I was
That's Admiral Akbar. to you.
Whatever. See, I don't even know or care who the fucking guy
I
is.
was Admiral Akbar in Star Wars. It's like, sir, please sit down and pay for your
Sure
lock.
you
Sure
were,
you
sir.
were.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's
Well,
funny.
that is the Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast, episode 8.
Episode
folks.
8 complete in the books.
Episode 8 already.
Let us know your thoughts on any of the subject matter that we discovered,
Yeah.
or that we discussed, I should say. Let us know. Share, like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Catch
Tell
you
your
later.
friends.
Tell your
Tell your friends and family.
Thanks for
Later.
watching and listening. See ya.